Representative Adam Schiff on Wednesday became one of the most prominent and high ranking Democrats to call for President Biden to withdraw from the presidential race. Schiff, who is running for California Senate, said in a statement first reported by the Los Angeles Times that while Biden has been one of the most consequential presidents in our nation's history, he noted that our nation is at a crossroads. A second Trump presidency will undermine the very foundation of our democracy, and I have serious concerns about whether the president can defeat Donald Trump in November, he explained. While the choice to withdraw from the campaign is President Biden's alone, I believe it is time for him to pass the torch, he continued, and in doing so, secure his legacy of leadership by allowing us to defeat Donald Trump in the upcoming election. Schiff noted that he would support whoever ended up being the Democratic nominee, even if it remained Biden, arguing that the stakes are just too high. The Democrat won a contested Senate Democratic primary that included fellow California Representatives Katie Porter and Barbara Lee in March and is widely anticipated to beat Republican Steve Garvey in the fall to start the full 6-year term following Senator Dianne Feinstein's passing. But the congressman's remarks offer the latest sting to the president who has failed to tamp down unease with his party over his candidacy following a disastrous June 27th debate performance, which underscored concerns about his age and mental fitness. Biden has refused to drop out, saying as recently as Monday during an interview with NBC News anchor Lester Holt that he had not changed his position regarding whether to remain in the race. Look, we knew this was going to be a close race from the moment he announced, Biden told Holt. Okay, so they go over some more stuff with the DNC, but you get the point. This is significant because Schiff is one of Trump's most we have this term, Trump derangement syndrome, and there's a way to oppose Trump. In policy, you don't like the immigration stuff. You don't like, murdering the Iranian general. Just all, if you want to do it that way, that's fine, and that's how most just generic Democrats do. But Schiff was the investigation boy. I'm going to look into you over Russia and Putin and where's Mueller? And he's a real stain on the Democratic Party and really the California Democratic Party. And as someone who is also from the state of California, I'm very embarrassed that this is likely going to be, almost certainly going to be my next senator. I think he is someone who should have lost that primary to either Katie Porter or Barbara Lee. Either one of them would have been much better. He's less than worthless, and will be most likely the worst senator once he takes office after this election. However, his comments are significant because it's more of that Trump fear mongering. A second Trump presidency will undermine our very. It's like okay, if that's true, and there are people who are not the biggest Trump fans, but they don't like Biden, and they feel like if all this stuff was going to happen, why didn't Trump do it the first time? And Schiff can't answer that. But what's so frustrating about these people is like you read a story like this and you go, oh man, look at how strong and brave Adam Schiff, one of the highest ranking Democrats, to call for Biden to withdraw is to make this proclamation. But he's admitting that whether Biden withdraws or not, and I don't think he will voluntarily, I think they're going to have to do something at the convention, he still would support him anyway. And this goes back to why the Democrats are just like a joke party. When you want someone to do something, when you want, whether it's a group of people, an organization or some political figure to feel as if there is a palpable cost for not making a decision that's in your favor or what you would prefer, you have to cut the umbilical cord. Imagine what I would look like if I said, Biden can't win this election. There's no possible way he can win this election. And I tell you, oh yeah, but I'm going to vote for him anyway. It's like, well, I mean, you're still admitting he would have your support no matter what. So you're not giving him any incentive. Like, yeah, people are saying things about they think he should get out, but you're still going to kiss the ring and back him and go out and campaign for him and tell all the other California Democrats and I'm sure people in other states why we should support him, even though you already know. And really, that's why Schiff is an extra coward, because it's not like he's saying this as the incoming senator from Ohio or Virginia or North Carolina. He's saying this as a person who's going to win a Senate seat in one of the bluest states in all of the land. He has nothing to lose by saying, look, I think Biden has been a good president. he didn't even just say good president, one of the most consequential in our nation's history. And of course, just massive bootlicking. But in spite of whatever accomplishments he has had, I think those would be undermined by him losing to Trump this November. And I truly believe that he is going to lose if he stays as the nominee. And then if they're like, oh, are you going to support him? I don't support him being the nominee. No, I've supported his presidency. I've supported the 4 years he's been in office. But I think it's time to pass the torch. See, that would have actually been a comment where you can say, look, I can't be okay with elder abuse. I can't be okay with someone that is very clearly diminishing before our eyes. But he doesn't do that because he's afraid of the ramifications of, oh damn, if Biden wins a second term and he's got, I'm about to start my Senate term, so that means at least, once California elects a senator that's a Democrat, it's very unlikely that they leave unless they retire or pass away, right? I mean, look at Boxer and Feinstein. But that means if Biden wins a second term, he's going to have to deal with Biden as president for 4/6 of that term. And he's afraid that he'll be on the outs. He won't have access. He won't get any, decent committee assignments. Won't be told about any legislation. This is all about, again, the power play. You want to like come out and sound like you're tough. I am Adam Schiff, one of the highest-ranking House Democrats, and I think Biden should step aside. But if he doesn't, I'll still support him anyway. God, just such a coward, man. And that's why I said these politicians. I see why people are so tuned out. I understand why people don't take any of this stuff seriously. Because even individuals who are in some of the most comfortable positions to come out and declare something, they're still too afraid to do it. Like, this man is going to win this Senate seat one way or the other, and he's too scared to tell the withered leader of his party, and I say leader with quotations, to just get out the way. We're afraid that Trump, after surviving, what he did, and also the various criminal cases that don't seem to affect the public's perception of him, at least the Republicans' perception of him, that he's going to win this election. And you haven't really done anything in recent months that would make anyone excited to vote for you. So it's time to get out. But they won't do that because they're all cowards. And think about that. Your leaders, like the people who you elect to positions of power, are mostly a bunch of cowards. How ironic is that? The people leading you are the first ones to tuck their tail and run.